Heather Eiden with lesson number 3 of our watercolor, painting with watercolor class. Last week we were working into the 8 sample paintings that were different techniques such as wet on wet, wet on dry, dry on dry, dry on wet. And you might have noticed that when you did the wet on wet, you might have lost control and then the edges might have gotten fuzzy. So I just wanted to show you about using ink or even a Sharpie to go back and emphasize your lines. So anyways, that's what I wanted to show you in regards to what we did last week, and as a way to finish up and do some touch-ups. Okay, and then this week we're doing painting to music, abstract painting to music. If you can look here, this is an example of an artist that could see music in shape and color. His name was Kandinsky, and you can see there's some examples here. He had something that was called synesthesia. Synesthesia is the ability to see music. So anyways, I wanted you just to have some inspiration there if you want to look up Wassily Kandinsky. And then here, maybe get inspired by a plant or some flowers in your home, even if they're plastic, just because they look abstract. When you look at flowers closely, they actually just look like shape and color. So I thought that was a good way to start. So have a big piece of paper if you can, otherwise put 2 or 3 pieces of paper next to each other, right? And start with salt water. So in here, I have salt, about maybe 2 tablespoons of salt mixed into the water. And it's kind of interesting because it's gonna look like it's crawling. The paint, I like that effect that you can get in watercolor with this idea of crawling. So look, when you put it down, can you see? It spreads rather quickly just by touching the water, okay? So there's a good example there. If you can see that, there's another one. And see if you can move to music. Put on some of your favorite music. Classical works really well. And just start to get your hand to move around the paper, but use something as a reference point, because it's very hard to paint nothing, you know, from it's hard to paint from your imagination alone. Just like it's hard to actually meditate without anything to focus on, right? So it's better to have an image or a thought. So I put thoughts here. I did some haikus. This is another way you can work. This one is essential are trees giving oxygen to lungs, outliving us all. And then here's one about our state of having to be at home. The human race is at home. Mother Earth mandated. Our connection is now the web. So anyways, that one's kind of funny. All right, so then look here. I got these flowers. And look at that. There's wet on wet. So what's going to have to happen? You have to dry it overnight. So this is going to kind of look like a mess today, but then tomorrow it's going to get more exciting because we'll start to add detail. All right, so that's actually it for today. Thank you.